I do salute all those who have been involved in the SME for H, the small, medium-sized enterprises for humanity need to jump forward and leapfrog 20, 25 years in our thinking in the public sector, in the international multilateral system, looking at a more ecosystem of actors. And that's where I think this SME for H has got such huge potential and such a really new grip on our thinking and our imagination. I'm very, very excited that this is an initiative which, as you develop it and you work it through and you really get buy-in, but above all we achieve something which business does best, tangible results, repeat business. I think that's what's going to be transformative. And I think it's also going to be much more relevant to the way people think.
SME4H would create an online portal where humanitarian needs could be posted in real time by humanitarian development agencies, governments, NGOs, and others, including, of course, SMEs themselves. So what's in it for SMEs? Technical support, relevant advice, expansion of their local and international networks, and the range of commercial opportunities on their doorstep. Now, for humanitarian agencies, the many potential benefits are also clear. Partnering with local SMEs could deliver timely access to technical and logistical support, local access and cultural advice, financial assistance, and readily accessible local supply of needed goods, services, manpower, and equipment. That's why an added component of the platform would be to offer a range of toolkits and advice to help SMEs develop their own business continuity plans with a win-win-win spirit at its core, with the third and of course most important win being ultimately the 125 million suffering children, women and men in dire need of assistance.
Good afternoon. My name is Alex Georges, co-founder of ENERSA in Haiti. I'm going to talk to you today about our experience after the 2010 earthquake. ENERSA Haiti, what's the company? We're one of Haiti's leaders in the solar market. We grew steadily for 2 years until January 12, 2010, the big earthquake. In 35 seconds, we had 250,000 people dead, 1.5 million people living in the streets. The need for our products was greater than ever. All sales dropped from an average of 80,000 a month to just 15,000 in 6 months. Because NGOs were sourcing directly from abroad, and there was a massive influx of donated goods. It was hard for us to compete with free. The consequence for our company was catastrophic. So we had to make NGOs understand the need to protect and strengthen local SMEs, because these SMEs would be the ones driving the recovery efforts while the NGOs leave the disaster area.
The business to humanity to business platform, that is SME4H, is largely going to be delivered through mobile technology. But it's also about enabling local SMEs to be part of the answer, to be part of the solution that they themselves, SME to SME, sort out, but also that aid agencies look to promote greater engagement with the local economy, with local businesses, because you get a win-win-win when you do that. So imagine there's an earthquake again in the borders between Afghanistan and Pakistan. That's where we've set this scenario. We have a gentleman who you'll see in a moment, Tariq, who has a shop of some sort, and he needs help. So SMEs that are on the platform, that have been pre-recruited, or respond at the time using social media to bring people onto the platform who might be able to help, can respond and they're notified. They get an alert that comes through, an SMS alert, or through Twitter, or through other social media, and it's basically matching their offering, what they have to offer, with Tariq's needs. A relief agency looking at the whole setup, now they're more likely to be using a desktop, a computer, a laptop, rather than their mobile phone, probably at this point, and they're able to go to a procurement list which is organized by categories and specify what they think is needed in the area. So they basically put out almost instantaneous procurement request for materials, which goes back out again to our SMEs onto their mobile phones and asks them to say, can you help? Again, it's match-made using algorithms in the background. It's about matching up with the resources that are available. This is really about getting SMEs in their areas with aid agencies and other expert bodies to share best practice, to work with each other, to collaborate.
This platform you're talking about can work, and SMEs will be interested in it.
If this platform had existed in 2010, would it have made a difference?
Just wish that this platform existed in 2010. This platform would help us if, for example, we had access to people that had programs to rebuild our factory after it was destroyed, and also have access to the market so that people, NGOs, can source directly through this program. So definitely, for us as a business, it would definitely make sense.
Any solution provided is a long-term solution. And so if you target the platform around crises, I think figuring out what your users need to make sure that those resources live past the crises for them or last longer is fundamental to success.
And I think there's enough evidence out there to suggest that to the degree that you can move quickly to restore the capacity of business, invest in it, use it, rely on it, the overall quality of recovery improves, and then you're laying the foundations for long-term resilience.
We subcontract many of our work in the field of water supply, economic security, agriculture, with local companies. And this initiative is very interesting. I am very enthusiastic to hear about it.
I think it's about time this kind of initiatives take place. We at UNHCR at any given time we're dealing with small or medium-sized businesses. If there is a platform, if the UN and the humanitarian actors on the ground can rally around it, and if the small and medium businesses are inducted, and if we share what the needs are, how do we go about in our businesses and explain ourselves to each other, I think this will be revolutionary in the way we do business in the future. We know the humanitarian architecture is not fit for purpose.
Just conclude where I started to say why I think this is an exciting initiative. Good organizations, they've got sophisticated systems for engaging local suppliers and local partners. But that's, we're not building a system that's inherently local, that's inherently driven and owned by local actors. And to me, that's where the beauty of this concept is, because inherently small and medium enterprises are in the communities, and start from that perspective. They may grow, they should grow. So I think the sense I get from the discussions is, Bada, Martin, Gemma, we wish you well. Succeed massively. This is going to be incredibly hard work, but thank you very much.
Thank you.